Well, welcome to Muscatine Power and Water and our 2018 breakfast. Want to thank all of you for attending, and also want to thank all of our Muscatine Power and Water folks that are involved in putting this together. As any of you know that do these kind of things, there's a lot of preparatory work and work behind the scenes to support this. Was going to open with a joke, but I usually don't know good jokes, so I'm going to share a little bit of a safety tip. Around Muscatine Power and Water, we use a program called Safe Start, and our goal is to make sure that our employees go home uninjured every day, and our employees do work around some hazardous energy as well as large equipment, so it is very important. And in that Safe Start program, part of the program is talking about reducing critical errors. And I think those errors are really simple triggers for all of us to remember. I know most of you don't work in hazardous areas. Most of us are desk jockeys, but when we're at home doing our weekend warrior projects, these would be good things to think about and to teach your family. So the critical errors are eyes not on task, mind not on task, line of fire, balance, traction, and grip. So keep those in mind when you're doing your home projects. It's a nice, easy way to stay safe. So Muscatine Power and Water is a component unit of the city of Muscatine. We're governed by a 5-member appointed board. The board operates with autonomy from the city. They are our policy and decision makers. They represent you, our customer owners, and the citizens of Muscatine. They set rates for the utility services, approve contracts, budgets, and can issue debt. MPW has 3 separate utilities under common management. All 3 utilities were established by a vote of the citizens of Muscatine, primarily because of their dissatisfaction with incumbent for-profit providers. The water utility's been around 118 years. The electric utility will be 100 years old in 2022, and the communications utility has already been in existence for 21 years. So we are your utility in your community. I believe Power and Water provides many benefits to the community. First and foremost, we deliver utility services safely, reliably, and at rates below state and national averages with outstanding local customer service. We help our businesses stay competitive in their local and global markets. And the utility purchases goods and services locally, and we employ about 280 people. They're great jobs with good benefits. And again, that's a great positive economic impact on our community. MPW is driven by our customers' needs. We are friends and neighbors serving friends and neighbors. So, your board, we have the 5-member board. We have 2 of our trustees here. We have Susan Eversmeyer, co-owner of River Rehabilitation. Give a wave, Susan. I'm sure most people know you. And Tracy McGinnis. She's our senior vice president of retail banking at CBI Bank and Trust. Another good wave. And she is currently the board's vice chair. And then we have Doyle Tubont, president and chief operating officer of Kent Corp. Doyle is our longest tenured trustee. He's served on the board for 13 years now. Keith Porter, president and CEO of Stanley Foundation, and he is currently the board's chairperson. And last but not least, Stephen Bradford, senior vice president, general counsel, and secretary at HNI Corp. I'm very appreciative of the guidance and support the trustees provide. They're a very effective board. And I think all the trustees will tell you as they come onto the board, they're pretty surprised at the complex operation that Muscatine Power and Water is all about. Our senior leadership team, and these are the folks that will be presenting today. We have Tim Reed, Director of Utility Service Delivery, Gage Houston, Director of Power Production and Supply, Erica Cox, Director, Employee and Community Relations, Brandy Olson, Director, Legal and Regulatory Services, Jerry Gowie, Director of Finance and Administrative Services, and he serves as the Board Secretary. Our agenda for today, our presentations are intended to provide an update on major projects and initiatives and accomplishments at Muscatine Power and Water. The past year has certainly been extremely busy and challenging. I'm proud of what our team has collectively undertaken and accomplished. One final comment from me before we get started. As most of you know, this is my last time introducing our community update. I've not been here as long as the electric utility has existed. I think Jay Logal has that to honor. But I have been here longer than the communication utility has existed. On February 1, I will have been with Muscatine Power and Water 39 years. And on January 1, I will have been in the general manager's position for a decade. I've really enjoyed my time at Power and Water. It's been immensely rewarding. I've worked with some really outstanding people, and truly have come to realize what a great asset Muscatine Power and Water is to the community. I've got to participate in some pretty amazing projects for the benefit of our city that Muscatine Power and Water's been involved in. So with that said, we'll move on to the presentations, and Tim Reed is our first presenter.
So one of our 6 core values is reliability, and it's a cornerstone for all 3 of our utilities. Today I'm going to talk about some of the activities and projects we undertake in order to provide the highest reliability of our electric, water, and communication services. There are many statistics used to measure electric reliability. Today I'm just going to talk about one of them called SAIDI, and we track every outage that our customers experience. If you add up all those outage minutes and then divide them over our entire customer base, you get an average number of minutes of outages that a customer would experience in 1 year. You can see that MPW's numbers are very low, 35 minutes being the highest number of minutes of average outage time over the last 5 years, which is really good. But when you compare us to other public power utilities, Muscatine is in blue, public power utilities are in orange, you can see that we're even better. And when you compare us to investor-owned and cooperative utilities, you can see that Muscatine truly is your reliable neighbor. Even though reliability is very high, outages do still occur on our system, and you can see that squirrels are one of the biggest causes of outages on our system, and lightning is a close second. So we do undertake a number of maintenance activities every year in order to try and prevent those outages. And just as an example, the Animal Guard Installation Program. In 2004, we started a program to put up guards to try and prevent squirrel outages. And you can see that back before we started it, here's about when the program went in, we were having an average of over 30 outages a year caused by squirrels, and currently we're down to an average of under 10. So the program's been very effective, and we continue to work on that. We also undertake a number of capital improvement projects to improve our reliability. One such project is a multi-year project to construct a new 161,000 volt transmission line. Currently, we have 2 161,000 volt transmission lines. Both of those route to the south through roughly the same corridor and are vulnerable to weather events like tornadoes. So this new line, which is a joint project with SIPCO, will route to the north, providing route diversity, ultimately connecting with Mid-American Energy in the Quad Cities. Planning for the project is currently underway, with construction estimated to begin sometime late next year, an in-service date of 2021 or early 2022. Once that project's completed, we'll have a lot better operational flexibility and we'll have greater reliability. This allows us to have our generating unit offline for economics or planned maintenance outages, as well as take out any one of the 161 transmission lines for an unplanned or planned maintenance purposes and still maintain the reliable electric service to Muscatine. Reliability of our water system is equally important. Just like with our electric system, we perform numerous maintenance tasks every year. Probably the one that gets the most notice is the water system flushing, the main flushing that we do. And even though it's an inconvenience to our customers and the community, it's still a very important aspect of maintaining the water system. If we didn't do that, the water mains build up with minerals, it corrodes the pipes, makes the valves not operate, and also ends up with discolored water events randomly throughout the year. So we try to prevent that as much as possible. And flushing also gives us an opportunity to verify that our hydrants are working, which of course are very important for fire protection. And despite all the maintenance efforts we do on the water system, we still do have water main breaks that occur. You can see the most main breaks occur during the winter months, which is no surprise due to the freeze-thaw cycle of the ground. However, we do have water main breaks throughout the year because of hot, dry conditions or even wet ground conditions cause the ground to shift and cause mains to break as well. So I have a short video that talks about why we do water main replacements.
We're on Begg Street today, and this is our last project of 3. We are replacing 2-inch water main with 8-inch water main. The 2-inch main is more easily broken due to its size, and that main is probably 100 years old and it's cast iron. So cast iron is more brittle than ductile iron. We're replacing the 2-inch cast iron with 8-inch ductile iron, which is more flexible. It's a better material. It's a steel ductile iron pipe with a cement interior. So the metal walls of the pipe don't degrade or don't interact with the water. And then we're placing a fire hydrant on the end. So our closest fire hydrant from the end of the street is 300 feet. So now we'll have 2 fire hydrants within 300 feet of each other. So this block will be protected in case there's a fire. Before, if the fire department had a fire at the end of the block, they would have to lay out 300 feet of hose, which takes time. And time matters in that case where there's a fire. This is part of our annual work to replace aging water main infrastructure in Muscatine. It's a very smart thing to do, to be proactive, to replace our mains every year.
The water utility also undertakes a number of capital improvement projects to maintain water system reliability. One such project is the expansion of our Grandview Avenue well field. That project nearly doubled the size of our existing well field and provided additional capacity for wells that should last us for the next 20 to 30 years or more. In order to treat the water from those additional wells, we need to expand the existing treatment facility. That project is currently underway, and have another short video to talk about that project.
The expansion of the treatment plant, Grandview Avenue treatment plant, is part of a bigger project, which would be to increase our source water capability for the city of Muscatine. We purchased a new well field about 1.5 years ago. We're in the process of drilling 3 new wells, and the water will be treated at this facility. The existing Grandview well field can produce approximately 25 million gallons of water every day. The expansion, once it's all developed, we can expect about 25 million gallons a day out of that as well. And that's going to set us up for the next 25 years for any water demands the city may have. Within the project, we are adding a new chlorine feed system, a new fluoride injection system, and a new phosphate injection system. And also it gives us an opportunity to upgrade the control systems that we have in this building. It was built in 1985, so it's time to look at the overall controls, the instrumentation that's available today, and we're going to upgrade the facility also. It's really important in the water industry to have redundancy, and so the systems that we're adding here, the chemical feed equipment, will all provide that backup that will help us continue in the future without an interruption of service. We expect the contractor to wrap up their effort by the end of the year, and our plan is to get this facility in operation first quarter, second quarter of 2019.
And last but not least, reliability of our communications utility services are as important as electric and water reliability. Some might argue even more so today. In addition to the routine maintenance activities we do, we've also undertaken some large reliability improvement projects, such as upgrading our core network that provides internet services, as well as adding a third internet service provider path. So we have another route now to Minneapolis in addition to our routes through Des Moines and Chicago. The 2 big projects I'm going to talk about today are the Fiber to the Home project and the structural strengthening of our Network Operations Center. So construction of the Fiber to the Home system started in May of last year, and currently we have over 2,200 residential and 64 commercial customers converted to fiber, or about 22% of our system. However, the project is far behind schedule, as we had anticipated having it completed by the end of this year. The delay on the project's been with our construction contractor, primarily with the underground construction work and the splicing of the fiber. We have just reached agreement with them earlier this week that extends the date of the project to a completion of December of next year. Hopefully sooner than that. The target completion date is September of 2019. Once that project's completed, we expect to have a number of benefits, including higher reliability. The fiber system doesn't have active electronics in the field that are exposed to the elements and are susceptible to failure as our coax system is today. Expect to have lower operating and maintenance cost. Fiber is state-of-the-art, so despite what you hear about 5G wireless technology, nothing better than having a direct fiber connection to your house, and it's virtually unlimited in the capacity of what it can provide you. And of course, we have upgraded our video service to be more contemporary with additional services and features. And with fiber, we're also now able to offer new phone service. We are now actively installing our business phone customers. So if you have fiber or on the list to get fiber, call today. We can get your phone switched over as well. And enterprise phone, large business phone service is coming soon. So in order to protect the integrity of the communications utility infrastructure and the reliability of all our services, we are putting a protective shell around the Network Operations Center. And that work started in June of this year, is expected to be completed in January, and have a short video that talks about that project.
In the last decade, there have been about 3 tornadoes that have come through the Muscatine area, which has been a reminder of how real that tornado risk is. The NOC is our Communication Utilities Network Operating Center. Inside our NOC, there's critical communications equipment racks that serve our internet and cable TV services, among other things. The purpose of this project is to remove that risk and protect it by either concrete walls or placing it underground. And all that had to remain in service during this project. So while we built this tornado-proof structure around it, we had to keep in mind that all those services must stay running to continue to serve the thousands of internet and cable TV customers that MPW has. The first task was to build a concrete masonry wall through our existing office area, and then we come along later and build the other 3 walls and to complete the structure with precast concrete panels. Our Zone B work scope includes building concrete walls around our existing power transformer for our whole AO building, along with some critical air conditioning equipment for our AO building. A big part of this project was to take the main power circuits that from our main transformer that feed the NOC currently go overhead, and we want to take them and put them underground, and so we directionally bored and trenched over 700 feet of conduit to put the power that feeds the NOC underground to protect it from tornadoes. This structure is designed to be able to withstand up to 250 mile-per-hour winds. Enhancing our reliability and increasing and improving our dependability is a big part of this project, and by removing the risk and removing the chance of a long outage because of the damage caused by a tornado is the main reason for this project.
So these maintenance activities and projects are just a small sample of the things that MPW does every day to ensure that we deliver affordable and reliable services to the Muscatine community. And up next is Jerry Gowie to talk financial stability.
Good morning, everyone. Hope the breakfast was nice, good and tasty. I'll get mine later. Once again, my name is Jerry Gowie. I'm the Director of Finance and Admin Services. The areas I oversee are finance, supply chain services, IT, and continuous improvement. I'm here just to do a high-level review of our finances, 3 KPIs we look at, discuss the EAC, the Energy Adjustment Clause that you may see on your invoices, and then a look at our rates compared to the surrounding communities. Should I talk by this? Does this help? We look at 3 main financial drivers when we're reviewing on a monthly basis our financials. We look at net income as a percent of revenue, tells you how well you're operating the company. We look at cash, which business people and bankers here know cash is king. So we compare that against the minimum that we require to have, and we look at our debt service coverage to tell how well we're able to pay back the debt we have. As you can see for the electric utility, if I can get my marker here to go somewhere, maybe not. Oh, there he is. Net income electric as a percent of revenue, we are above our budget, 1.3% net income as revenue compared to a actual budgeted loss for the year to date. We do have cash on hand of $57 million compared to $28 million that we have for a minimum requirement. And our debt services NA, the electric utility, is debt-free. On the water utility, net income as a percent of revenue, we're at 10.8% compared to 3.7% for our budget. We have cash of $6 million compared to the minimum of $2 million. And we have debt service coverage of 2 times to 1.64 times, which we are operating better, more efficiently on our net income, which is driving our debt service coverage up to allow us to have room to pay back our debt coverage. On the communications utility, our net income as percent of revenue is 15.6 compared to 10.3, so we are ahead of budget on that line. We have cash balances greater than our minimum, 11 million compared to 5 million. And our debt service coverage is higher than what we have budgeted of 1.51 to 1.27. So all 3 KPIs for all 3 utilities are above the requirements or budget that we have set for the year, so which is very good news for the utility. I do have a qualification on this. You can see I have an asterisk by the cash. We're not just hoarding cash to hoard cash. We do have quite a few capital spend items in the future years. You can see we're going to work on a 161 transmission line, which is $11 million. Generation, we have some compliance and upgrades to do for $9 million. The continuation of the West Hill sewer separation of $2 million, and reservoir repairs of $1 million, and fiber to the home of $5 million. As you can see, we have quite a few expenses still in front of us to pay for, and that's where our cash balances will help pay for these items. The Energy Adjustment Clause, what is it? You may see it on your bill. If you look at your bill, it's a line item of EAC. And lately, you'll notice that it's a credit amount, as in we're reducing your bill. There are times that you've seen it as a positive amount where we're adding on to your bill. So what is it? As we set our rates for the coming year, we base our rates on our budgets. And our budgets include an amount for purchase power, which is the purchase power to run the native system, the energy. And that purchase power is bought out of the market. And the price of that is based on supply and demand at that moment of time. So we do have a formula. I could go through the formula, but that's kind of confusing. There may be an explanation on the bill that's kind of confusing. So an easy way to think of this is based on our budget amount and the base amount we have set for the price of our purchase power is if you see a credit on your bill, that means we're able to buy power out of the system at a lower price than our base rate, and we're able to pass those savings on to you as a form of a credit on your bill. Unfortunately, at times, the price we buy out of the system is higher than that base rate, and we have to pass those costs on to you. As you can see for the year, for the trailing 12 months, we have actually given back to the community $314,000 as we were able to buy that energy out of the market at a lower price than what we have as our base rate. So that's all good news. And the last I have is our electric rates compared to our neighbors. At the very left, you see we have MPW, and we have our different residential, commercial, industrial lines. You can see as compared to average of US and Iowa, we're below the rates. You can Alliant, which is in the Cedar Rapids area, and REC, which is outside the town, we're below the rates. And we're very competitive with the Mid-Am rates, which would be the Quad Cities area and the Iowa City area. Part of my responsibilities are continuous improvement, and that is why continuous improvement is very important around here, so we can keep looking at our processes to keep the rates low for our native system customers. On to gauge and power supply.
Thank you, Jerry. First, I just wanted to do a quick summary of our production year to date for our electricity generation. So, as you can see, These first three pieces of the pie are from our local generation resources. So this is from our power plant here in Muscatine, and that's a big part of providing reliable service, being able to produce the electricity right here in Muscatine. But also the new slice of the pie here in the last couple of years is from our MPW wind energy, and this is from wind energy from the South Fork Wind Farm that now makes up about 5.5% of the energy that we produce every year. I wanted to mention one of the big projects we actually have going on right now down at our generation facility is an overhaul of our Unit 9 turbine generator. This is a pretty major project that we do on a regular basis to ensure that the equipment continues to operate reliably. We have the turbine rotor right here. It's about a 34-ton piece of equipment that drives the generator rotor here that you can see being pulled out. It's about 45 tons or about 90,000 pounds. And all of these systems operate at 3,600 RPMs or spinning 60 times per second. So a significant amount of weight. And the tolerances on some of this turbine equipment are as small as 20 thousandths of an inch. So that much mass operating those type of tolerances, pretty, as Sal mentioned, pretty complex system that we operate here. So actually right now we found some damage on, just some erosion on some of these turbine blades that requires us to send this rotor out off-site to a shop to be repaired. So this is the first time this piece of equipment has been shipped off-site since it went into service in 1983. And so if you would just collectively knock on wood, cross your fingers, say a prayer, whatever you choose to hope for a nice safe delivery to Dallas and then back after the repairs are completed. I wanted to mention as well that while we do have to augment labor with some skilled labor from some contractors, we try to do as much as we can with in-house labor, and that really helps keep costs down. That's specialized labor that we have to contract for is pretty expensive, and so as much as we can offset with our folks, it really keeps costs down and it provides that ownership in the repairs that are being made, because our folks know that they're the ones that have to maintain the system going forward, and most of them are also customers of ours as well. One thing we're really excited to announce today, this is an official rollout of a new customer program that we have. It's a renewable energy offset program. And so I mentioned the South Fork wind energy that makes up about 5.5% of our production now. This program gives our customers the choice to have a direct connection and offset with that renewable energy. So our residential customers will be able to sign up and they can choose to offset their usage for their home at a 25, 50, or 100% level, and that is will be directly tied to the energy that comes off of that South Fork wind farm. And the way that's done is through renewable energy certificates. So an independent third party actually serializes the certificates that come out of the wind farm based on the production, and then we would track how many certificates would be offset by the customer that signs up. So we can directly connect the production from the facility to your home's usage at whatever level that you choose. And it's really cost effective. It's going to be just a penny per kilowatt hour extra based on your usage, and you'll be able to say that you're offsetting your usage with renewable energy directly. So we're really excited about that. And actually, sometime today, our website will be active where we can have customers go in and sign up. It's a very easy process. We have a way to estimate what your financial commitment can be. So, as I mentioned, the commitment is just a penny per kilowatt hour. So you can go in and type in what your average monthly usage is on your bill, and you can see what the commitment would be for the various levels. And you can see here just how cost effective that really is. For just $12 a month for this customer, 1,200 kilowatt hours a month is a little bit on the high side for a residential, but just $12 a month, and you could say you're 100% renewable. And then further down the website, you could actually go in and just put your information in and sign up right on the website. You don't even need to call in. You don't have to talk to a human if you don't want to. But you're happy to if you'd like to do it that way. You can sign up and get going right away. And then starting January 1st, we'll actually start tracking the offsets for you, and you'll see that on your bill. So, not to leave out our business customers, we also will be have an offering for business customers as well. So whether because you have corporate sustainability goals, which some of our customers in Muscatine do, or you just want to be seen as a progressive leader compared to your competitors, or if you want your business or even a product line of your business to be offset with renewable energy, you can sign up for our business program and directly offset the usage for your business or a portion of your business with renewable energy. And it's really easier and more cost effective than you think. And to get started with that, we just need to call in and get a hold of Paul Berberak, who's our energy service advisor, who you'll meet here in just a second. You'll get to see his smiling face. Paul will make this really easy for you, get you set up, find out how much renewable energy offset you want, and get that sorted out, and we'll get you a certificate for those credits as well. And I forgot to mention our residential program, also at the end of the year, you'll get a certificate that indicates how many of those renewable energy credits that were attributable to your commitment to the program. So very cool. Lastly, we actually want to recognize one of our customers here in Muscatine that was recently awarded through the Iowa Association of Municipal Utilities an award for leadership in energy efficiency and renewable energy. They were nominated by Muscatine Power and Water with Paul's help. And Muscatine has a good history with this award. We have some past participants, HNI and GPC, that received this award as well. And so we're really excited about that. I actually want to bring Paul Berberak up, who helped nominate Raymond, as well as Jeff Bissell, the plant manager, and Aaron Didinger with Raymond Muscatine here. One of our best kept secrets, Raymond is, here in Muscatine, and so we're happy to recognize them today. So why don't you come on up, Jeff and Aaron and Paul. Paul's going to say just a couple of words about why they were nominated for this award.
All right, so yeah, as the Energy Services Advisor, I get to see a lot of the work that gets done in the community through energy efficiency, and we try to recognize those customers that are doing the good work that you guys are doing. A few years ago, you started with a project converting all LED lighting out in your facility. Just this year, you finished up in the office space with LEDs, and you also are our first participant in what is now referred to as our We Offset program. So their corporate goals are to reduce our carbon footprint, and by doing so, we're able to provide you with those renewable energy certificates, and we submitted that to the Iowa Association of Municipal Utilities, in which we are pleased to announce that you were the winner of that, and so congratulations, and thank you for all of your hard work that you guys do. Thank you very much.
You're welcome to say a few words, Jeff, if you like.
Well, and I don't want to speak for Aaron, I mean, because really Aaron drives so much of what we do. You know, one of the things we were talking about earlier today, we happen to have the good fortune of being or having Toyota as our parent company, and Toyota is extremely big into environmental goals and driving commitment to improving the environment. And in fact, we, from a Toyota standpoint, by 2050 have the goal of reducing our carbon footprint to zero. So, and it starts now. And there's been a lot of work Toyota-wide amongst our facilities to coordinate and reduce that carbon footprint. And we're fortunate enough to be here in Iowa and in Muscatine to be able to take advantage of MPW and some of the energy certificates which we purchase to help drive our carbon footprint down. So, you know, if we weren't part of Toyota, and I've asked Aaron this, I mean, as Raymond, if we were just a standalone U.S. company, would we have that drive and that commitment to reduce our carbon footprint? And I'm afraid I don't know if we would, but we're very fortunate to have, like I said, Toyota as our parent company to help create that positive tension, if you will, to drive our carbon footprint. And I think plant-wide, we're becoming very aware of how important that is, you know, and so we're buying into it, we're committed to it, and I look forward to some of the improvements that we can make, again, with our partnership to drive that down. So, and again, Erin, and please say something, but I don't mean to, you know, take up all the airtime here, but I'm telling you, having an environmental champion and a safety champion like Erin really does progress us forward. So I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
So if you get a chance to catch up with Jeff or Aaron, I think they'll agree how easy Paul is to work with and how he really is a partner for our companies here in Muscatine when it comes to energy efficiency and renewable energy. So with that, we'll keep moving on. Thank you.
Thanks, Gage. So I love that we are right here in Muscatine, and as I look throughout this room, that we know everybody here, many of you watching us, and that many of you know who works at Power and Water. Because I think that that drives us to have a higher level of customer service and experience that we want for our customers. We take pride in and we evaluate our employees and our processes in delivering a great customer experience. And with each initiative that we undertake, we ask, is it being customer friendly? Is it providing real-time data? And is it being easy to do business with? One of the customer-friendly and fun things that we're doing is Fiber Fun Nights. And during these events, we consult with customers on fiber services and we can schedule their installation appointment. We offer hands-on demos of our new fiber products like our blazing fast internet speeds. We answer questions on the new TV guide and remote. We introduce Channel 1 Video, which teaches you how to use the new remote. We demo our new competitively priced phone service. And I think one of the most popular stations that we have are our Help Desk Heroes. They are our go-to group and your go-to group for your tech questions. And they install apps on customers' tablets and phones that they bring into Fiber Fun Night, and they help activate features like Watch TV Everywhere and Stingray Music app, which comes free with your video subscription, and this can replace a paid music subscription. And Manage My TVs, which is an app where you can see at any time what's playing on TV. You can record a show from anywhere from your phone, and it actually acts as a remote as well. So if your spouse or kids aren't listening to you, you can mute the TV on them without them even knowing you're doing it. So customers love putting faces to the voices that they speak to on the phone. And our next Fiber Fun Night is actually tomorrow, right here in this room, and you're welcome to attend that or any future Fiber Fun Night event that we host. We're also evolving how we communicate news to our customers. Many people go online and to social media to get their news, and that's a fantastic tool for us to get immediate and real-time information out to many customers. We have a wide following on Facebook, and many of our posts are shared with others. If you haven't already, you can find us at Muscatine Power and Water. Please like us on Facebook. Our crews maintain traffic signals, hydrants, and poles, and we're often the first on the scene of an accident, so we're able to provide timely information about traffic delays and road closures. We advise of planned maintenance windows, hydrant flushing, and unexpected outages, along with restoration updates. We always try to minimize planned maintenance windows, and anytime we can give advance notice, it helps our customers plan their activities around what we need to do. We're all experiencing a tight labor market, so we post our jobs on social media to find people to join our team. We have more and more local content that you won't find on any other video provider, and we add that content to our video on demand library so you can watch games and activities when it's convenient for you. We advise of the latest email hoaxes and consumer scams so you know what to look out for. We share product information and promotion so our customers can get the most out of the services that we offer. We share tips to help you conserve energy and reduce your monthly utility bill. And finally, we're very proud of our team and that we share the cool things that they get to do in providing services to you. We know some customers prefer to handle things without talking to us, so we're putting more video clips on our YouTube channel, which you can find by searching Muscatine Power and Water. Our content is organized by playlists. Our videos are short and to the point. They explain things step by step, and you can go over and over and over it until you get it. Some of our customers prefer Twitter. You can find us there as well. And a new webpage we'll be launching soon is an outage map. With the collaborative work of many MPW departments and Magic GIS, this map will show real-time reported electrical outages. It will show you the general area where the outage is occurring and the scope, how many customers are being impacted. And then you'll also see it as service is restored. Customers will be able to report an outage on this webpage as well, and this page will launch in December. And finally, one of the pages that I'm most excited about is this new My MPW portal. We want to continue to do things to be easier to do business with, and customers transact business with us in many ways via our website. But right now, those links are spread out throughout our website on many different pages. My MPW portal takes all those customer interaction opportunities and puts them together in one place. This is a completely focused, customer-focused page, one stop and one click to transact your business with us. This new page will launch in first quarter of 2019, and our future state includes moving our website to a new platform and replacing our customer information system, which has served us very well since 1992. So as our teams plan and design those projects, even more seamless customer interactions will be our goal. Thank you, and next up will be Brandy Olson.
Thanks, Erica. For the next couple minutes, I get to do something fun, and that's brag about our coworkers and our employees here at MPW. So we want you to know that we spend a lot of time out in the community. We also spend a lot of time being a reliable neighbor, and there's a lot of different ways that we do that. Our employees are key to the utility success, and they're also key to making Muscatine a vibrant, good place to live and work. And they do live and work here, and they're invested here, and they spend their time and money here in the community. And they volunteer throughout the community in different organizations. You can find MPW employees in PTOs and youth sports and church organizations and nonprofits, mentoring programs in schools and throughout the community, making a difference in a lot of different ways. There's a couple different pictures of some different activities we've been involved in through the years. We also spend a lot of time helping our neighbors. This year, so far, we've raised $4,600 in our Jeans Day money. That's our Friday Get to Wear Jeans fundraisers, and all that money is going to local organizations to help our neighbors in needs. And we do look forward to being part of Muscatine's community events. You'll find us doing things like raising the big flag when we have a big community event or 4th of July, providing the hydration station when there's something going on in the community, like the Watermelon Stampede or at Second Saturdays, sharing information at the health fair or the county fair so people can learn more about our services, giving bucket truck rides at our Customer Appreciation Day or the public safety event that was held at Hy-Vee or over at the community block party, so that people in our community know what we're doing and how we're doing it and can see a little bit of a taste of the work that some of our coworkers get to do. We also have employees that have been helping with some pretty major events. Just recently with the Over the Edge event, but last year with Fireball Run, the Healthy Living Festival, and Earth Day events. We've had a lot of employees involved in those activities too. And MPW staff are knowledgeable experts in their field, and they like to share that expertise in classrooms throughout the district. They are involved in things like junior achievement and Big Brothers Big Sisters. They participate in the science fair. Paul runs the annual poster contest with the school-age kids, where they get to create a poster that reflects what they've learned about energy efficiency and where their energy comes from. We also offer classroom programs on electrical safety, energy efficiency, water quality, and power plant tours too. Most kids in Muscatine learn about electrical safety from an MPW employee in our Mr. Sparky presentation. So they're out there all the time making sure that kids know how to be responsible with their around electricity, and also what's happening with their utility. MPW is a key factor to the economic vitality of our community. With more than $5 million in direct benefits to the community through rates and services, we help customers by letting them keep more money in their household budget, and to help businesses stay competitive by keeping utility rates as competitive as we can. MPW does provide a wide variety of services to residents and businesses in the community that they and other communities would have to pay for. We are having a battery problem. Cover came off. You don't need an engineer to fix that. I can do that. I can do that. But there are definitely things that and services we offer that sometimes people don't realize. We can help you with an electric stove repair. We provide free energy audits. We operate and maintain the bridge lights and the string of pearl lights down across the riverfront. We provide support and maintenance to the bridge lights, like I said. We provide power and water services to Kent Stein Park, the soccer complex, and to many city buildings. And we do maintain a strong water distribution system. You saw the video earlier about our maintenance of the water infrastructure. That system supports fire protection throughout our community, and in return, we all have lower property insurance rates because of that. And Muscatine does benefit because we're here, and we want you to know that we are responsible with the resources that you've entrusted to us. We are your utility, and these are your assets. We engage in proactive environmental compliance, infrastructure maintenance, reliability projects, and in investing in bringing you new and improved services because we are part of the community and we know those are important to the progress in Muscatine. So in closing, we do want to thank you for choosing MPW for your utility services.